Thanks for joining. Today we're on the road and going to explore the colorful community of Spences Bridge. Spences Bridge is a small town with a population of only about 100 residents, but back in the 1800s it was an important hub for prospectors traveling to take part in the Cariboo Gold Rush. Let's go and explore. In the 1800s, the Thompson River was a major roadblock for fortune hunters traveling to take part in the Cariboo Gold Rush. One of them was Mortimer Cook, who learned that he could earn a tidy profit by helping travelers cross the river. He rigged up a cable ferry able to shuttle teams of oxen and supplies across the waters. Realizing the importance of the crossing, the colonial government granted Thomas Spence permission to build a bridge. Work began in the fall of 1863 and was completed by spring 1864, but it didn't last long either, as the structure was washed away that same year thanks to an extremely high runoff from the heavy spring thaw. The government commissioned Spence to build another bridge, which was finished in March of 1865, and after its completion the area became known as Spences Bridge. Travelers were required to pay a toll to cross, with foot passengers and horses charged 25 cents, stagecoaches $1.50, and freight wagons $2. After 67 years in operation, the bridge came to an end when the province deemed that a new bridge was required. A third bridge was constructed out of steel and cement, and that structure remained in use for the next 84 years. Once it reached end of life, the community rallied to save the bridge to use as a walkway, but unfortunately the structure was deemed unsound and finally dismantled in the spring of 2015. Today there's a peaceful viewing area overlooking the water where the bridge once stood. The cement pillars can still be seen in the river and are a reminder of the history that built this community. Journeying further into town, we'll pass by the Bates Motel. The name is a playful take on the classic Alfred Hitchcock film. However, the Bates Motel is actually a popular destination for anglers looking to take advantage of the plentiful fishing in the area. Steelhead of up to 30 pounds can be found in the local waters between October and December, and the rest of the year the rivers are full of trout, chinook, and in the fall, bright red sockeye salmon. Famous author Ernest Hemingway and other celebrities were known to visit the town for the outstanding fishing during its heyday. Right next door is the Packing House restaurant. This building was the original fruit packing house, which belonged to a remarkable pioneer woman known as Widow Smith. In 1887, the Smiths moved to Spences Bridge and purchased a neglected apple orchard. John Smith passed away in 1905 due to complications from a former mining accident. Undeterred, the Widow Smith took over management of the 3,000-tree orchard, which produced 37 different varieties of apples and won top honors in many international exhibitions. They even received the attention of King Edward VII in the 1909 London Horticultural Society exhibition, who requested to be shown the Golden Grimes apples of the Widow Smith of Spences Bridge, BC. She continued to manage the ranch until her passing at 93 years old and ended up being buried on the orchard grounds, where she still rests today. Further along the road, the Nlak'pamux Church is one of a group of Anglican churches in the southern interior of British Columbia. Built around 1905, it replaced an earlier church that was destroyed by a horrific landslide, which also wiped out the First Nations village that sat on the side of the river. This beautiful church sits abandoned, but is a familiar landmark at the gateway to Spences Bridge. Finally, we're stopping for the night at the Inn at Spences Bridge. This property has a story all its own, and I'll include a link if you're interested in finding out more. Thanks for joining us today. Remember to hit subscribe so you can stay up to date on all our latest adventures. And until next time, it's time to exit through the gift shop.